and he sent me the book with his signature. I've got the book right here.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. It's the law and the promise. And
Can I see the front? Let me see the front cover of that book.
What?
The front cover. Let me see the front cover.
On this book?
Oh yeah, that's a nice hard copy. The Law and the Promise by Neville Goddard.
That's right.
Okay.
And
You're in that book.
yeah, and Neville signed it. That's his signature.
Holy crap! Yep, you're serious.
Yeah, this book could be worth something because it's Neville's signature, and he sent me the book.
Oh, Neville himself sent you that book.
Yes.
Why did he do that? Because
Because he had wanted testimonials, and I wrote him a testimonial because this girl that I had gone with for years, and we'd been broken up for maybe 2 years, that she got in touch with me and said I had to go to the Wilshire Ebell Theater on Sunday.
and that's what, Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, on Wilshire Boulevard, and the Wilshire Ebell Theater, and she maybe just promised to go see this guy Neville, and I went for just one purpose, just to find out what a fraud he is and how much money he wanted. And when he came on stage, he says, "We want to get one thing perfectly clear right now." He says, "The plate will not be passed today. If you want to give money today, you're not allowed. And you are never to give me any money. If I ever ask you for money, get away from me, because I'm just a fraud like everybody else that wants your money. If somebody that wants to teach you how to be healthy, wealthy, and wise, and needs your money, is a fraud. He doesn't know how to be healthy, wealthy, and wise." He says, "I do." He says, "I don't want your money, and I never will want your money." And I'm thinking, how is this guy going to get around this? He's got to be some kind of fraud, because everybody had always been a fraud. But he was not a fraud.
He wasn't.
No, he gave us something to do. He says, "I'm going to give you something to do to prove that I am wrong."
Mm-hmm.
He says, "I'm going to teach you right now how to climb a ladder. And what you must do to prove that I'm wrong is do what I'm telling you to do. And if it doesn't work out, I'm a fraud. I don't want your money." He says, "But this is the way you climb a ladder." He says, "First of all, right now, picture a ladder in front of you. Picture it. You can do it. Close your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Picture it. Take your imaginary left hand. Reach out and take hold of the side of the ladder with your imaginary left hand. Okay. Now with your imaginary right hand, reach out and take the other side of the ladder. Now with your imaginary left foot, lift it up and put it on the first rung. Now push yourself up and start climbing the ladder. When you get to the top of the ladder, climb back down. Climb back up, climb back down. Now, what you have to do, and you must do this, or nothing I'm teaching you will work. You must put inside your wallet, where when you open your wallet, you have to read it. You say, I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder. You've got to write it on the mirror where you shave in the morning. You've got to write it. I will not climb a ladder. You've got to, and he says, now you must do all this, or nothing I'm teaching you will ever mean anything to you, and you'll be no good. You must do this. You must mean in your heart that you will not climb a ladder. You mean it, and you write it down. I will not climb a ladder, but you put it down. I won't climb a ladder everywhere, so that you know night and day that you will not climb a ladder. And for 3 nights, I want you to climb a ladder to sleep. When you go to bed to sleep, take an odd position in bed, one you don't ordinarily sleep in. If you don't ordinarily sleep on your right side, sleep on your left. If you don't sleep any other way, sleep on your back. If you don't go to sleep that way, then you've got to climb the ladder while you're in an odd position in bed, not just gone off to sleep. You have to climb the ladder until you sleep for 3 nights. And when you wake up in the morning, you've got to write it. Make sure it's something you see every day. I will not climb a ladder. But you're going to climb a ladder in your sleep for 3 nights. I did all that. And all the other things. He said, you've got to do this. Otherwise, what I'm teaching you is not. He says,
Neville Goddard says, okay.
Yeah. He says, next Sunday, I'm going to have another meeting, just like this one, in the back of this building. But that's only for people that have climbed the ladder. If you've climbed a ladder, come to that meeting, because you swore you wouldn't, and you did. And I thought, this guy is fucking nuts. But I took his challenge, and I climbed a ladder to sleep for 3 nights. My mother called me and said she wanted me to come see her on Saturday. She had something she wanted to talk to me about. Now, I'd been sick. I had dengue fever, and I almost died with it. It came on me 3 times. And so I didn't have any money or a car or anything. And my mother wanted to see me, so I took a bus to Santa Monica. And I get off the bus, and I'm walking to the house.
Mm-hmm.
My father's on top of the roof. And he said to me, son, would you hand me that bucket of paint? I picked up the bucket of paint, and I almost fainted because I'm halfway up the ladder. And I had written, I won't climb a ladder on everything. It was on the wall. It was exactly like he said. You've got to put it everywhere you look. I'm not going to climb a ladder. I'm not going to climb a ladder. Oh, God, it's written there. It's written here. And you mean it. You mean you will not climb a ladder. You refuse. You're going to prove that fucking Neville is an asshole, and you will not climb a ladder. Okay. I get off the bus. I'm coming home. Dad's on the roof, says, would you hand me that bucket of paint? I pick up the bucket of paint, and I'm halfway up the ladder, and I thought, I climbed a fucking ladder, just like this guy said. And he said, anybody that climbs the ladder can come back next Sunday. It's a much smaller meeting in the back of the Wilshire Ebell. So I went to that meeting the next Sunday. And he says, now you all climbed the ladder. He says, and you could have just as easily made $1 million in cash, as you did in climbing the ladder. I'm going to teach you how to be healthy, wealthy, and wise, and you're never to give me a dime. I do this because I like to do it. And bingo, I took off. From that day forward, $25,000 was like $250,000 now.
Mm-hmm.
And in the next couple months, I made $25,000 just doing the exercise like he said. And I'm going to see him, with him in the meetings, and he's going over all this shit. And I wanted an Affirmation studio, and I've never been able to get one. I had one in just a few weeks.
Arthur Murray, what is it, dance studio?
Yes. I was working for Arthur Murray.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Dance studio. And so I did the exercise of getting my own studio, and bingo, I got it, just like that. And that's been my life ever since.
You made millions.
Huh?
You made millions.
Yeah.
Multi-millionaire.
I was, at one time I was about 3 million. But I had an unbelievably interesting life because I have no worries. I have nothing to worry about because I know if I get into any kind of trouble that I can imagine my way out of it, because the thing that runs your life and everybody else's life is what you're thinking when you go to sleep. That's what runs your life completely. If you take my advice, you will never go to sleep depressed. You will never go to sleep unhappy. If you're unhappy, then think about something. It's just the way he said, if you have no shoes, if you want to be happy, notice a man that has no feet. And you think, God damn, I can't even afford a pair of shoes, but look at this poor asshole. He's walking around on stumps and a chain, He says, that's what you do. And I went to his meetings. I got my own studio right away, and then I wanted a big studio, so I got Montreal. And just everything has worked out great. Because that's, I know if...
Neville Goddard he's a good man.
What?
Neville Goddard was a good man.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't take a dime.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't do a lot of things is because what happens when you do something, you get what you want, but you don't get it for nothing. Say if I were to do an exercise right now that I got $3 million in cash, really worked on it, and really did it, I would get it. But I would never be able to convince you that I got it by thinking that, because you'd tell me how I really got it. I worked my fucking ass off. I was up night and day. I had these meetings, I branded, and I started talking to people. I started campaigning, I started this, and pretty soon I've got $3 million. Well, I don't want to do that. I'm just happy. I've got a room. I've got a life. Because if I do something,
because you've lived that life. You lived the life for many decades.
Yeah. Yeah, I had over 3 million bucks.
And having it all, you know.
Yeah.
And now you're just, you know, you've done it all, had it all. Now you're just relaxing and
My
enjoying them.
says, if the purpose of life is not to be happy, then you can stuff it up your ass. I don't want it because I'm happy. And if I did an exercise to make $1 million, I'd make it, but I'd earn it.
Very good.
I'd do something to earn it. It wouldn't just
Fall out
pop
of
through
the
the ceiling and fall in my lap.
But
$1 million balloon. No, there's always
it works, and you've experienced it.
Yes. Oh yeah. I have absolutely no doubt that I could I could get $100 bill from somebody, and I could study it day and night. It's with me, and I would start counting them, and I'd start smelling it. I'd feel it. I'd work with it, and I'd count it. I'd count it. I'd count it, and pretty soon I could count $100,000, no problem. I'd do it every night going to sleep.
In your imagination before you go to sleep, as you fall asleep.
And then the money would come to me, but I would earn it.
It would come to you in a natural way.
Yes, it'd come through me because.
But you would get it.
Like I'd have an idea where I could do this, and I'd have to go to these people and teach them things and do things. I'd have to do something.
Yes.
So I don't do anything. I just go to sleep enjoying the room.
Because you've done it, and you've done it for so many years,
Yeah.
and it's time to relax.
That's right. And because there was a time when I had to have a girl where I'm getting laid all the time. It's all there is to it. I mean, that at one time in my life, the greatest thing in the world was to get laid by a girl you've never laid before. The next greatest thing in the world was laying a girl that you haven't laid for 3 months. And I like to get laid at least 3 times a day. At least. I mean, that was.
All right, we're gonna end this video for now, but we're gonna get back to it. We're gonna post some more a little bit later.